Now what I'm going to show you is a cheese that you would consume if you're eating mostly the live foods. It's still raw in terms of we're going to use cashews instead of soybeans, but cashews are just slightly better than eating the soybeans because they grow naturally. The processing as far as taking them out of the shell, but you can consume it if you're raw foodist. Because many people might have like soy allergies or don't want to consume the soy for different reasons. So we have the option of using the cashews. Now cashew cheese is made very similar to the soy cheese that we just saw. But what we're going to do instead of using the oil and instead of using the soy milk, we're going to use the cashews. And what we did with these cashews, we soaked them for about 8 hours. And it helps to eliminate what's called enzyme inhibitors. These enzyme inhibitors are acids that prevent the foods from being digestible in the human body. This is why you would soak things like seeds, nuts, different grains, and when you soak them for a certain amounts of time, and I have charts available in the book, it removes these enzyme inhibitors and it allows, for example, the seeds to sprout. If you want to sprout your seeds, you soak them to get rid of the inhibitors, and then you can just rinse them periodically over the course of some days, and little sprouts will grow. The cashews, that helps to make them more digestible. If you soak almonds or walnuts or different nuts, different seeds, different grains, it'll help to remove that. So these cashews again have been soaked for 8 hours. We're going to put them in the processor. Okay. Now what we're going to add also, if you can put some water in, please. We're going to add water instead of oil. So cashews, water. We're going to add some salt. We're going to put a little bit more than a teaspoon here because we have a lot of cashews that we're using. Okay, we're going to use about 3 cloves of garlic. Thank you so much. Actually, we'll stick to the 2 cloves in case anyone. It's a little strong. It'll be strong for anyone. So I'm just going to add this garlic here. Just a little bit of dicing. So put that in there. Again, our nutritional yeast. Use a spoon. Gonna put about ½ cup of yeast. Again, the yeast gives it the cheesy flavor. And remember, these are things like sauces and things, so it's okay if you're adding the salt and the yeast. Some people have yeast allergies, candida, and all those types of things. But the reasons we're putting such a large amount is because we're using it as sauces, and you're not going to just put a ton of that on your food, just a little bit to enhance, the meal. So again, the cashews, fresh garlic, 2 cloves of them. It's about a little more than a cup of cashews, about 1.5 cups. The nutritional yeast, put about ½ cup. We're going to add some water. This is about a 1.5 cups of water. And depending again on the thickness that you're looking for, if you want to, if you're making things, for example, live pizza, live lasagna, which I have recipes for in the book, you would make your cheese a little bit thick. Because if you have it too thin, it'll be runny. But if you're making a sauce, you can, it's okay to have a little bit more of the water. We're just going to use our discretion. I'll just start off with a little bit, and if I need more, I'll add it. So, I'm going to press start. Using a spoon, that the spoon does not touch the blade. And be careful careful taking the lids off to make sure that things don't splash you. Especially if you have camera work being done, we don't want the lens to get cheese on it. Okay. So, this is our cashew cheese. And we'll put it in a container right here. Okay. The cheese we see is a little bit thick, and it might separate the longer it sits, but it has a nice flavor to it. And you're generally going to use it, right away. If you're serving guests, you want to make sure you stir it up a little bit before. Okay. So this is our cashew cheese.